Smack Attack!
Trying to get crazy, see? Don't you know I'm loco? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smack Attack. I am your host, Jimmy T, and my co-host, well, it is not Sushi, it's not RBV just yet, but it is the Hammer, Charles Evans. Hammer, welcome back to the Smack Attack, my brother. And how's things, man? And Happy New Year, by the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well, sir. Thank you.
Oh, no worries. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Rick there, but he's back.
RBV. Greetings. I am not the honorable and hung RBV. I am Sushi Tachakuchi, ace #1, New Japan. I am here to challenge you, Jimmy T. Challenge you, Jimmy T. Salami Tsunami. Face me, Sushi Tachakuchi. January 4th, inside Dome of Tokyo. Wrestle Kingdom. Will you accept my challenge?
I was gonna do something funny. I was gonna do the good old Bruce Lee movies, Rick. I challenge you. Well, yeah, I accept, Rick. I accept.
I fear no foster can man. You, Jimmy T, Sami Tsunami, will fall to ace #1 inside Dome of Tokyo to Sushi Tachakuchi at Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, there he goes.
Overstrong. Overstrong.
That is overstrong. God, he took me by surprise. He never told me he was going to do that. Funny enough, and here he is. But anyway, folks, we are live on Hamir Media Group's YouTube channel and not on channelattitude.com after the fact. Arakara Blue, he says, Jimmy T, RBV, and the Hammer cracking some eggs.
Sorry, I'm late, guys. Sorry. Good to be here on the Smack Attack. Hope I didn't miss anything exciting there at the open. But yeah, baby, we got Martha Stewart dropping the hammer over there in the kitchen.
Protein, baby.
Little SmackDown wake-up call over there from the Hammer. Hey, we're going to need it. I need it. I need a little protein, a little pick-me-up after that show last night. But, yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Black there. Jimmy T, how we doing, brother?
I'm good, man. It's a bit warm down here, to be honest with you. Even though it's like, what is it? Just after 3 a.m. in the morning. It is still hot. I just want some cool change. But other than that, I'm cool, man. I wonder who that guy was. He kind of looked like you, but seemed to be Japanese.
Well, I am 1/16 Asian, so there might have been a confusion factor there. So
is that a shoot?
Yeah. Now there we go. We can do the Steiner math.
Konnichiwa.
Yes. So, big Wrestle Kingdom coming up around the corner, just a day away. I know you guys have got a big planning, a big sit down. You got a totally involved, knowledgeable, most audible crew ready to sit down with that Wrestle Kingdom review. You guys going to be doing what you do. Looking forward to that. And unfortunately, we got a little review of our own here today. It is, that's why they call us the Smack Attack. We've got to go after that SmackDown. Back to 3 hours.
I'm getting a Smack Attack, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely here, guys. Hammer over there. Hammer, what are we cooking off, brother? Give us a little walkthrough. Give us a little Martha Stewart. This could be your pitch, man. Braun Strowman's got his everything on the table show. We're just your audition. We're going to get you somewhere on the cooking channel. Oh, there we go. So he's going to commercial break. Hey, he had some secret seasonings. He cannot reveal to us, but
He'll be back.
For Hammer to pop back in here, man. But kick things off. We'll get Hammer's take on this when he joins us back. Yeah. We're gonna jump in to the 3 hours first smack attack of the year here. But I want to take just a little bit of time, guys, as we all these shows, man. We just did a review show ourselves in Rewind here. I want to take a little bit of time to focus in specifically on resolutions for SmackDown and some things that maybe you would suggest you'd like to see to improve the product for 2026. Jimmy T, I'll let you kick it off, man.
Well, first of all, it's funny that you say that because the first thing I would suggest is going back to 2 hours. I don't know why I know why they're doing it. Obviously, they're getting paid more money by, I assume, the USA Network and whatnot. But man, if you're going to put 3 hour shows every week, at least make it, more interesting, because it really does feel, even though you got your big stars there and whatnot, it does feel the energy compared to Raw is just not there. And I don't know if it's just the way they do things for SmackDown and whatnot. I don't know if it's a more relaxed crew, but they really need to do things better. Bring in more dudes, which they have done, right? With Trick, obviously. And what was the other one from NXT as well?
We had quite a few. Quite a few that we've seen. We had returns. We had some call-ups, if you will. You had Jordan Grace kind of making her presence. She had a few backstage segments. But there's you go up and down. It's from all the different brands. There is a plethora of individuals that they can be giving airtime to, and we seem to just get the same recycled individuals each and every week.
It's true. It's. I'm just sick of it, and even the back and forth that they're doing on the show. I don't want to jump the gun already, but we saw what happened with the United States Championship, for example, and with all the hot shotting that's going on there, it feels like, again, I've said this a few times already last year now, but it does feel, again, they're trying to do the reset button for whatever reason with SmackDown, but it just seems unorganized, if you want to put it that way.
Well, I don't even say that it's unorganized. It's the same old formula. Again,
right.
To what you said, we were all dreading this when they go to that 3 hour. Obviously, they're not going to turn down that opportunity to make that money from Universal, from the USA Network. And if they feel that is the best use of their money there to add that additional third hour, also inside of that they can also, as we look at their business model here, the ticket price gouging. Now they can justify raising a ticket price because in their minds, they're adding an extra hour of content to your fan, event goer experience.
Great point, Rick. That's probably another reason why they've gone there to go again 3 hours, because
and they've got these arenas already in it. So now we can tack on to that. That's an extra hour of concession sales, an hour that you can try to grab merchandise sales, whatever that case might be. So the financials, they're going to back. And unfortunately, what suffers is they just creatively don't have the mindset or the care to provide that quality of a product. You're talking, again, we've got a lot of talents that we could use to mix some things up, but inside of itself, it's the same boring format, and even the one they're using doesn't hit. So go ahead, hit Hammer's mic there, because I want to get his thoughts here as he's flipping around that spatula. Hammer, what would be some of the suggestions, things that you've seen work in the past that you would like to see for SmackDown, or resolutions to get better for 2026?
Yeah. Okay, man. First of all, you got, like you say, you have a lot of call-ups, right? Okay, so you have 20 different, say you got 10 different guys or 10 different individuals that you can create 10 different stories with. So therefore, there's no rush to jump the gun and jump to a creative story that you haven't taken the time to build it first. So you take all those guys and take your time with that. So if they have the stars, first of all, so you have the stars, you have a lane, so they have structure. Well, you mentioned structure. Well, that's where that's why you have like 6 different storylines going on. Or if you're going to make a tag team or create something, just don't go out there and just throw it against the wall, because if you do that, you're going to bottom out before the year is out, man. So with the rhythm and the momentum that they have now, that's one of the main things that I would say going into this year.
Hammer, let me ask you this. What would be, if we're talking about the opportunity, there is a lot of talent, especially in their development there. You were a part, obviously a different style of development, no VW, but you guys had an awesome locker room. There's a lot of you. I mean, it's almost impossible. Or what's the sweet spot to introduce new talents at a time? Or what should be like the perfect roster size? Because you don't want to be like throwing too much against the wall, right? Or trying to introduce and connect too many characters with your audience.
Well, I think when just not going to talk about them too much, but with the Cena, like I was commenting, that was a written story right there to follow. So you cannot. If I was the booker, I wouldn't say. I think it would be foolish of me as a booker to have my main star who came out of developmental. Then why didn't that should be my focus? Raising the ones who don't know an arm lock from a drop toe hold. You could take a guy like Roman Reigns. You see, first of all, everybody comes out of the developmental system. So whether you become a main draw or you become the main house man or house woman, okay, you still came through the system. So just like a farmer, how do you have to put the seed back in the ground? So that's where you should focus. I would say, like you say, you pick 4 or 5 guys, or and it's not going to hurt Roman Reigns at all to come work with. I don't know, what's the guy?
Let's say like Trick Williams last night or something like that. Somebody that has, or like an Obafemi, which would be a huge opportunity for somebody like Obafemi to stand there against Roman Reigns.
Yeah, just to get the rub, just to be in the ring, man. Just for the sake of the fact that yes, you are a household name now, but you still came through hitting the ropes down there in Florida first, or along your journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Lamb Rat, thank you, Polar Pig. $5 drop. We gotta love that. And again, too, and I saw somebody talking over in the chat there about how WrestleMania typically used to be that roster reset. Obviously, the new year, but with SmackDown, it does make sense here. Going to 3 hours, they are going to expand that and get some fresh faces there to fill that extra time.
Yeah, man, because historically SmackDown is that show, for the ones who are listening right now, for who weren't born yet. But man, I remember I was still in the Army, man. You guys remember when SmackDown presented its debut, and that foundation is still there to me with SmackDown. So people used to say, well, back in the day, Raw was live, so that was on eggshells. But then you came to SmackDown, it was a little bit more chilled out. So you could have your segue matches in between the taping of ECW. So that environment was a little bit more chilled out.
What do you think? Has that changed though? Because I love that you mentioned ECW. Because then, obviously you had from OVW, but you guys at OVW weren't broadcast nationally. I was fortunate enough where I'm at in Southern Ohio, where you did have a nice little territorial reach for television, but obviously not nationally. Nowadays with NXT, they're developing. These kids are learning on a global level because of their programming distribution. So back then, it went from, you went from almost true like minor league baseball to SmackDown was your transition, or ECW, that brand for a little bit, and then you got the shine on Raw. So that dynamic has greatly changed.
Yes, it has. So that dynamic, like you said, dynamic format, the setup is totally changed. I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, just like, wow, we could have had. I mean, if we could have had what these guys have, it would have been. Everybody would have became a star. Whether you became the main roster or you were a star on still national, international television on an NXT level. So, you know, God bless them all. You know, I'm happy for them. So they have it wide open. This year, this is it's almost like a new reset for SmackDown this year. If they stick to the lane that they should. To me, SmackDown is to show how back in the day, you know, they would run vignettes of you, or, you know, it depends on how Vince wanted to debut you. So you would go to Raw, debut you on Raw or SmackDown, either one, and see how the crowd, or see how they will respond to you through your vignettes, or either you doing live promos. So like they did with Kennedy, you know, with Anderson.
Yep. And I want everyone to write that down. Vignettes, because I'm going to come back to that, because I think there was a huge missed opportunity a couple times here on this week's SmackDown where some characters that are missing out a little bit. But talking about our resolutions here, and, you know, I know I was the one to propose that. I asked you guys this, but watching this show last night, I got so down, and I'm looking at it. We're thinking new year. Could this bring new energy, new excitement? And we didn't get any of that. It was the same formatting, the same old, which was very disparaging. So, but for my resolution, we could suggest all these changes, format changes, how to develop characters, storytelling. It has become like a hard slap in the face reality. We're not going to get any of that because they haven't made any efforts before. So for 2026, go ahead, Hammer.
It's up to the talent, man. Somebody has to tell. Look, somebody within this good old boy system of good old wrestling, you know, or wrestling, needs to tell the young talent, hey, it's not going to hurt you guys to like somebody to be different, for somebody to sell a little bit. It's not going to hurt you at all. I mean, you have to sell so you can draw together. And if they're going to go out there and just, if they, you know, it's like Jeff Jarrett said, and Cornette and Regal and Undertaker and what's the guy? Have been the veterans have been saying, you know, it's a brand new slate, but you don't have to go out there and hit the crash pad all at the same time. So it's like Jordan Grace, right? And you know, if someone, or if I, like I said before, if I could, I would be man enough to tell the sister of the craft, hey, can you like dial it back a little bit? And it's like, work the muscle woman, work that for a minute and like really get into that. And then maybe hit your false finish once or twice, maybe once, you know, and do it like
that. Here's a problem with that, brother. There's no one that's willing to do that. And
I know.
All these young kids now that are coming up, we're talking about these potential next group of stars, if you will, that are coming up. They haven't been taught any other way. They were brought in as lumps of clay and molded to just fit in the cogs in the machine. So all they know is this way. They think this is how to get over. They keep hearing about these record dates because of price gouging and inflation. They don't understand the character work. They're not being taught that. They don't know the storytelling. So not only do I feel bad for the talents that are there that think this is right, but even more so, those aspiring wrestlers that are working the industry, sitting at home watching that think this is also the right way.
Yeah, it's like, okay, again, okay. You know, I'm okay. I'm a stickler for this when it comes to all your high flying, right? And like I said, what I learned this from my coach in college. He would slow film down. So when I got to Rip's class, I kind of understood Rip's psychology about watching film. So a lot of times I still call it film, but I watch tapes, but shorts.
Yeah.
But I watch it without the volume, and I like to pause it and freeze frames. Okay, anytime when I watch Soul Roka, I have to close my eyes because I feel once she does her flips out of the ring, or anybody does that, once you land out there on the damn floor, your knee can go left or right. And once it goes left or right, you're screwed again. So because because nobody, either you've gotten hurt, or either because you don't feel it as you're doing it. But when you do blow your knee up, when that does happen to the person, and it's like, if I could be, now that I'm at an age where I can understand the younger mindset, if I could go back to the future, or back in time, and somehow be a young person to say, hey, can you have an old person mindset so they can have a career, man? See, they have to realize that there's another generation coming behind these guys on the indies, like you said. So if they are visually watching this, so this is what they're thinking, this is what they're supposed to do. So they're not going to know how to. You can only beat your body up.
So I've had a great independent worker who has done extra work with all the big ones, with all across all WWE brands, multiple spots with AEW. Yeah. He's someone I like a lot. I booked him myself, put him in high spots. He draws. He has tremendous ability, but he has told me to my face, Rick, because I will say to him, hey man, let me put you in touch with some of these old timers that will love to mentor to help you here. And he has told me, he said, Rick, why should I listen to them when I can listen to the people that are already in the company? Like, I need to be listening to what's that's working there now, not what was working yesterday. That is a mindset that's out there, brother.
Well, that's the misconception, because I remember when I was on the indies, bro. I remember when I broke into the business. As a matter of fact, it was this month, 25 years ago, man, and when I took my first body slam. And yeah, I just now thought about that. Wow.
Quarter century of the hammer.
Man, 25 years, bro. Wow. Anyway, so what was the question? Or what did you say?
It's more about it. Kind of what.
Oh yeah. So
about youngsters not wanting to take advice from those that have been there, because they're saying we need to learn
from TV. See that concept is not going to change because of the doggone television. Because I was the same way when I broke in. So it took me a while to, like, even though I was an older guy, but it took me a minute to, like, okay, why should I listen to this guy named Charles the Hammer Evans? He's not a star on WWF TV or WCW. So why should I listen to him? He just an old timer in the back. That's wants to do this slow old school stuff that I'm not gonna get my cool shit in, but I'm still gonna go over. That mindset. So I understand that. Unfortunately, that's the wrong mindset, because the guys on the indies think that, okay, I have to be on TV. Why should I listen to RBV? RBV may have been in the business, but RBV is not RVD. You know what I'm saying? So that's that mental block. Like, okay, they think that because this person has been on this device called the television, right, that they don't realize that this person, maybe the company pushed him or her, or maybe they did have to work hard, but they're not going to reveal to them the inside things that they had to go through to become that star. You know what I mean? So they're not going to let the person know. So the veteran that's been the star on television needs to come and tell the indie people, okay, this is how this works once you get to this level. So, because everybody comes from the indies, eventually to a AAA, AA, single A main roster. So, I mean,
well, the difference is, you know,
it's like
you don't go through all those triple A's anymore. You go right to that performance center,
right to the top, right to the top.
Right, and then your development is broadcast around the globe. That's the big difference there with it.
Yeah, your development can get broadcasted and exposed.
Yeah, I think that's the bigger issue. It's getting exposed early on. You know, how many of these kids aren't going to cut it, aren't going to make it. But guys, again, you know, just share is what I would for 2026 personally, what I would like to see, or more so here, is something from WWE management. And Jimmy and I did a show at Big Ray this past week where we were, you know, the year in review, we're having a little fun giving out awards, and we talked about the Booker of the Year in professional wrestling. Big Ray, big NXT guy, he gave praise to Shawn Michaels. Jimmy and I were a little bit different. I jokingly gave it to Roger Goodell of the NFL because of all the great booking that we've seen on the football field there.
Yes, definitely.
Jimmy just couldn't do it. In all good heart, he couldn't give out the award. He didn't think anybody deserved it. But it is a case this past year, Booker of the Year is who did the least worst job. Because across for all the bigs, there is no good, no great, or even good creative. But I did think about it. And to tie into what I would like to see, love to hear in 2026, when I look at booking on the bigs here, I would say in 2025, I will give the nod to Tony Khan. And here is why I would say he is the Booker of the Year. Tony Khan has been in professional wrestling for 5 to 6 years. 5 to 6 years, he has had complete control of his creative in his company. That's the equivalent of being in kindergarten or first grade. So and Tony tries, he gives it his best. He's all in. He's gun-ho about it. He is like one of my little nephews who you put your hand on her head, you rub that big scruffy hairdo he's got, and you say, "Good job, buddy. You did your best to color in the lines. You kept the glue on the macaroni. You did a great job with those popsicle sticks and cotton balls. Yeah, buddy, that looks great. That's going on the refrigerator." So Tony Khan gets that curve because he's only in kindergarten or first grade. And he damned if he tries his best and he loves what he's doing. Now, when we look at WWE, on the other hand, and just to throw out a handful of names here that are involved with their creative. Obviously, Triple H, he has been in this business 33 years. HBK, 41 years. Michelle McCool's husband, 36 years. Road Dogg, 40 years. Brucey Pritchard, 53 years. Just for a few of those names that are involved with their creative, that is a combined 203 years of professional wrestling experience. Now, what I would love to see and hear in 2026 is for any of these individuals to, in an interview, wholeheartedly, with everything they believe, tell us that they think they are producing quality, creative, and storytelling. There is no way that they can do that. You look at these names, Hammer, you know these names, you know their backgrounds, what they have seen, the eras that they come through, who they have worked for. They've all worked for the top companies, the top company in the world for decades. There is no honest way that they can look at today's product and tell us that it is of any quality at all. That is the biggest misconception. And I know it's all, but look at our gates, look at our, they care about that. I get it. That's great. Eventually, this price gouging, the bubble's going to burst.
It's going to burst, bro.
Yeah, well, you would think then, hopefully they're sitting on a treasure chest of creative because they're going to need it to save their asses. Here's the problem. They don't have to. They don't have to care about that at all because when that bubble bursts, they can go, "Hey, Saudi, can we have that $20 million check now?" and they're going to be off the hook for this entire thing. They honestly don't care. And that's
greed, man. Greed. See, it's the greed. I said before, it's like that whole, it's like, it's like the control of society, trying to control people. Okay, by them trying to like want to control everything with the business, you think you think a person's going to have a family and legitimately want to buy merchandise for his kids, or his wife may be a fan. You know what, dude? Since I've been with you guys, I picked up on there's not a lot of new podcasters out there, or who are becoming new fans. So it's a new generation of fans. So if you got a new generation of fans out there, why in the hell would you rip them off like that? To me, as an owner, if I got new fans, that means more money. So why am I going to be a greedy man and try to knowing how does a greedy person make money or keep money?
Oh yeah, I mean, they're going to make it, but eventually their bubble's going to burst on it.
Yeah. So see, and that's another thing. So if you're going to get the business over to the Saudis, okay, that's cool. You know, in my booking mind, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, okay, that means the Americans, us back over here in America, okay, that means we can start our own promotion. So that means we're back to the independence again, which would mean, guess who's still around? NWA. See,
up there,
no matter how much money you have.
They're so ass backwards, right, Jimmy? And we talked, hey, this would be the perfect time, right, Jimmy? You follow AEW intensely. This is where Tony should be capitalizing, right, Jimmy?
We were talking about that actually a couple of weeks ago about with Tony and, you know, the NWA kind of utilizing, you know, NWA into their roster. But yeah, they won't do that sort of business. Corgan doesn't even want to do any business with anyone, it seems. You know what I mean? And I don't even know how much. I mean, can he keep NWA even afloat, you think, for another 10 years?
Yeah, because it's NWA. Because it's the NWA. Even Vince could look, it's like Vince couldn't fool with them. I'm trying to keep my language like this. Right. Even Vince couldn't fuck with the NWA, man. You know why? Because it's bigger than him. So the NWA was here before the around. So
I got a lot of friends at NWA, and that promotion sucks. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, me too. I got there's some folks, and I'd be like, I'm
glad they're getting a spotlight. I got a lot of people I talk to like daily that I care about that get some time there and all that. But they're probably
HMG boys are there, so as well.
They just don't know how to pick up any momentum. Corgan should be using his star power, his rub in every possible way to help that company get exposure. But he almost seems more inept than Tony Khan when it comes to thinking that wrestling is over. But maybe it is operating just the way he wants. Maybe that's all he wants from it. You know, we don't know his mindset with it.
Very cool. But the thing is, they screwed. Didn't they want a big TV deal at one point? Weren't they supposed to be on the CW network?
Yeah, there was all the rumors with that, and then they had Mitchell out there doing a line of coke. Exactly. But I don't think there was ever anything set. You know, now they're over on Roku. I mean, here's the other thing. It's Billy freaking Corgan. He's still one of the biggest rock stars in the world. If he would lend those talents and that name, his name, image, and likeness to one of those networks like that, like. You're telling me if he went to a streaming platform and said, hey, I'll give you 4 exclusive Smashing Pumpkin concerts for a year that you can just use on your platform, they're not going to float him a bone and give him 52 weeks of wrestling programming, because they're going to make their money back tenfold on those concerts or anything with him, an acoustic thing, 2 or 3 specials are quarterly. They'll float him a bone to put his wrestling on.
They're from a bone, yes.
But they're not utilizing his name value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're just sitting on it. To me, I think they're just sitting on it. Like I said, I watch them, man. And I watch them because I'm an NWA guy. But damn, I know that they can do so much more, you know. And they've never had. They don't have the They don't have to affiliate with the current product, which sets them apart.
Do you think that yeah, I mean, you keep your eye on it there, Hammer. Is the whole concept? I mean, I know it was great when we saw him come back, and it was, you know, the nostalgia thing, but is the studio style wrestling, can it just not work anymore, or are they just missing in the presentation, or something just a little off with it?
Well, you watch the work, man. The work is not that tight. You know what I mean? First of all, it does look. I know it's still wrestling, but some of the work, in my opinion, doesn't look that good. Maybe because they don't give a shit, and that's what I think. Because when I watch it, I'm like, that's no. You get. I would tighten. Oh man, you have to tighten that up because he's starting to look a little bit too hokey and too hokey pokey to me sometimes. But I'm like, maybe that's just the style of NWA, so they can get away with looking hokey. But that's like throwing a bad clothesline or a bad punch or punches. So, but Corrigan still, he still has a name. He's still a draw. And with rock and wrestling goes together. Rock music and wrestling goes together. You know.
Well, I just want to touch on that quickly. Funny enough, because Todd Brownlee actually said, why hasn't he done anything with his band, the Smashing Pumpkins, a rock and wrestling type thing? He actually has, Todd. Actually, he did that here in my neck of the woods last year.
Last year, when no one heard about it.
Yeah, well,
I wasn't that used for anything.
Or the year before, it was either last year or the year before, but they did a rock and wrestling thing where the Smashing Pumpkins were doing their concert down here, but they brought NWA down as well. So while that was happening, there was literally NWA wrestling going on at the same time.
Right. Why aren't those being packaged and sold to a streaming? Why isn't that on a Netflix? Why isn't that on?
That's
Peacock
a good question.
That's where
a great question. Right. I have no idea, but you think you would have connections, right?
Because he's not using those for whatever reason.
Right.
I'd be whoring myself out. I don't even have connections. I whore myself out every day. So I'm going to be whoring myself out.
You freaking slime. And by the way, Hammer, if you want to eat, man, go ahead and eat if you want, man. I hate to see like warm food be cold, bro, by the end of the show.
It's in the oven. I'm going to. I'm going to.
Oh, good.
All right. Well,
just so you know, if you feel like it, go ahead.
Well, we will get on it here. Conversation, a little bit about what we'd like to hopefully see from just not SmackDown, but we talked a little NWA, what they could do there as well. But let's get refocused, regroup. The reason that we're here, and that is the blue brand, hashtag WWE, hashtag SmackDown. Again, first show of a new year, 2026 is here. Where are we going to get new energy? New excitement, new environment. Yeah. Nah, none of that. We do, but we do, I guess maybe for some people, some pops here. We got some big returns. We got some new talent showing up here. We got new champions to talk about. You run that out. If I tell you that was what the show was about, you're probably going to feel, that's going to be pretty exciting. But again, same non-inspiring, non-enthusiastic environment here, but we are coming, and this is where it's a little bit more disappointing. Jimmy, we talked about the other day, we gave an award for the best fans in the world, if it be a region, a city, something like that. When I saw it this week, SmackDown, they were kicking things off from Buffalo, New York.
Good town.
I got excited. Big wrestling town, Northeast. No, it is. Buffalo. No.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or you're being legit right now, Rick, but yeah.
No, when you look at those, I mean, the hell with New York City and that cesspool of those disgusting individuals down there. The heart, the beat of the fans there in the Northeast represented. The chop wood, carry water, blue collar. Work hard, play harder. They are personified in upstate New York right there, in Buffalo. Absolutely. The Bills Mafia. The Bills Mafia. The top NFL fan base right now. They get so
anyone in New York, right?
They want to bring it. They want to bring it. I mean, these are the same people that in Arctic conditions will be out there for a football game, wearing nothing but swim trunks and jumping through tables, getting ready for it because they want to bring it. And you could tell as we get into the arena, this crowd was hungry. This crowd was hungry.
They actually were.
It's almost like WWE intentionally had to go out of their way to kill this crowd. That's how it was.
Imagine that.
So sad but true, man.
I wonder where that comes from.
Yeah. So what do we do here? What do we do to open the show? Hey, it's the same old, same old. We got our walk-alongs. We're walking, not the cool Obafemi walk. We're just walking into the damn building. Again, I know where WWE got this. They were watching a couple of the NFL networks, some of their games where they showed the players getting off the bus, showing up to the arenas. Here's the difference, though. When they show Joey B, Joey Burrow, Josh Allen getting off the bus, showing up to an arena, what's the difference? They got their game face on. They are ready to freaking go.
Right.
All these times with the WWE people, they're always walking in doing the cheesiest shit. Especially the women here. This was so irritating to me.
Yeah,
they got a
you're
big
right.
match.
The women were cheesy as fuck, actually. Great point.
Big competition here tonight. 4 women, 8-woman tag. 8-woman tag is going to be one of the featured matches here tonight. And you get Rhea Ripley and Io just walking in, hugging each other, laughing. The same with Charlotte and Bliss. The only ones that looked remotely serious here, at least Nia and Lash, looked like they were there for business, that they were ready to hurt somebody. Even the Kabuki Warriors coming in without their makeup, it looked like that Sane was sitting there telling Asuka a joke because they were even laughing at each other with that thing when they walk in here. Here's just another nitpicking thing, because when they're so bad and they're not paying attention, they're in Buffalo. They've driven through this. I know this right now. Every day this week, Ben Hameen, I have seen a video of him driving to work in upstate New York. There's 20 feet of freaking snow. The frozen tundra. So we're believing that these girls are walking just into the arena. Charlotte's wearing a halter top, booty shorts, and high heels. Who the hell dresses like that in an Arctic blast?
Hey, she's your girl.
I mean, and that's how you're arriving to know. It's the small details that go.
I know it doesn't make sense, dude.
That
it
are
is
so
what it is.
Aggravating about this. And then in your open, you are setting a tone. You are setting a tone and an energy and a vibe for the opening of this show. So we're already dismissed here with happy-go-lucky, not worry about the competition. Got to be besties, girl division that we've got. You flash us a graphic of the 3 stages of hell. Let us know. Stay tuned tonight. We are going to unveil.
There was no advertising for it, right?
Stages of hell. This is going to become. I guess it was very fitting because the 3 stages of hell should have been stage 1, hour 1, stage 2. If you can survive 100 is hour 2. If you can survive 120 minutes of this torture, stage 3 is hour 3. But even the ambulance match is our main event. And this has been a high-profile feud for months between Aleister Black and Damian Priest. Aleister Black and Damian Priest. For better or worse, like it or not, this has been featured here for months. And the reason there's a disconnect for Care is because they haven't promoted it as a serious matter. They haven't hyped this up at all. So why
not even on Raw?
Well, no, the hell with Raw. This is a SmackDown feud. This is something we should be watching.
Right, I know, but they like hype it on Raw for SmackDown. I'm saying. Well, that's what I mean.
They should have set the tone here leading up to this. As we get, just show us graphics. I don't need to see booty shorts in a blizzard walking in, giggling with each other. Just give me hype the 3 stages hell, and then go to the ambulance match. Put it over on your commentary. First time ever it has come to this. We cannot believe it. These two, not even competitors, not even rivals. The pure hatred that has that has risen between these two is finally going to escalate to what could only be the final showdown. And then in their production way, show that ambulance arriving. Those lights are flashing. You feel how serious that is. You put over, and tonight in our main event, two competitors that despise, absolutely loathe one another. We can't even begin to describe the unimaginable depths, low depths that they will go to put down their opponent, that they can put them in that ambulance, close that door, and have it drive away. Put something over like that. We don't get any of that for this main event. The only thing we had throughout the show here for this main event was each of them taking turns in a non-serious fashion talking about the match. Throughout this show, you should have been revisiting when dramatic packages, the fireball, the sneak attacks, all the weapons that were used, the brutality that has built into this feud. Or show us other great moments in history. You have this entire library, it's out there, of ambulance matches and how serious those are. Hammer, am I wrong on that? I mean, you got to hype up these big things like this.
Yeah. I mean, because that's like I said, I commented the other night. I said, okay, if you're going to go do the ambulance match or the stretcher match, I would have told those guys, hey, man, I know you don't, it's not your thing, but why don't you go back and watch Andre and Killer Khan from like 77, 78 stretcher match, which was the first one or something like that, but it was a gimmick. But I would have told them to go watch that because to help them put this together, because you know, I mean, you had Zelina out there. I don't know. I really don't understand what
useless.
What and it's like the point is to put over the damn gimmick, the gimmick of the match, which is an ambulance. So you bypassing all the products, like you bypassing all the things that you use to tell the story about the ambulance match. But why are we bypassing those things? Because I don't know, maybe because we're getting our shit in or something.
Well, even if you mentioned, like, you've got that footage, go back and show us the stretcher match that led to an aim. Like, show the importance and what big names and big moments.
Yes. To make it special.
In our minds, now we're relatable to, oh man, that Andre the Giant was involved in one of those. Man, now these two you're elevating their star value or perception.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And throughout the show, they should have been doing those things to intensify that moment, to keep us waiting and wanting, man, is it the third hour yet? Instead of, oh shit, there's another hour. Because that's the vibe you get from this show. Now,
but I don't know who wrote it. I don't know if they still even take the time to have Vince would always have meetings. So I don't know if they even have talent meetings like to explain the structure of the show. Do you think? I don't know. Do you guys know?
They still do have meetings, production meetings and stuff, right?
They've got all that going on. It's just, again, from the creative and the formatting, they just don't care on it. And that's so. By the time we got to that main event, I really didn't care. I was almost just the countdown to when the show will be over. So let's talk about the open though, because again on the show we've got some big returns, things like that. So we run through the opening packages. They completely missed to set a very cool, energetic, wanting more tone for this show. We get The Miz interrupts the intro. Hey, at first, I agree. Another opening talking segment. I'm going to give it to The Miz. I was interested here from the get-go because Miz can bring it. And he can work an angle from every which way. He is one of the absolute best, not just on that mic, but getting a reaction from an audience. What I thought the whole purpose and the point of this thing fell so short, missed the target. Miz is out there airing his grievances from 2025, and he's on a tangent about John Cena. Yeah, that's easy heat. Man, I would have loved, as I put over there, Buffalo, a hot city, so passionate in their fan base. The Bills Mafia, the best NFL fans going today, man. They're so intense with it. I would have loved to see Miz just lean in and start going after the Bills Mafia to really get that building hot. Really hot.
That would have been good. But then you're thinking logic again, Rick. They're not.
And then WWE, the king of pops, we got to play music to get people to sing and do all this and pose. Randy Orton, that's not his biggest pop. Randy Orton gets the biggest pop when he sneaks up and strikes like a viper. I mean, Jimmy, am I wrong? Did it feel a little short that they had to do the entrance and you're just waiting for the arcade? You hit it out of nowhere, right, Jimmy?
Right. We didn't even get that. We got a fist bump instead. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Then those two are dancing around him or having a mic exchange. We just won an RKO.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think they needed. Once Mitch said he's a locker room, when I was listening to him, in my head, I was remembering. I could still see Bob Holly saying that to me at Raw one time about him being a locker room leader. I mean, a locker room guy, like it because it was his locker room because him and Taker had been there for the longest. So I like that about the Miz when he did that. But I think when whoever wrote it and when Orton came out. I mean, he's already Orton, so it kind of like that was kind of for the Miz. For me, that was Miz's spot.
Yeah, so I mean, I thought Miz did great. It's just the wrong pop, wrong direction there for that open. Vet over in the house, Vet in the chat. We're gonna get to look at her. We're gonna look at her because I guess everyone could see, but were they deaf because there was no sound for her. So we'll get to her on that. But so that's our big return moment. They're trying to get that big pop. And you could tell here in their booking, again, why put in quality? We just, want the quantity, trying to get all these pops. So that's number one. We get Randy Orton. Number two, we get Zack Ryder. Oh, wait. Stay ready. It's Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona, this is kind of I didn't see this on the sheets yesterday afternoon, Jimmy. Kind of a big news here. Cardona apparently has re-signed. He is going to be a permanent member of the SmackDown roster. And what a big way to announce that. Oh, I just got it through my headset. He's going to be with us here from going forward.
Seemed like it. And to be honest, I didn't see no dirt sheets even report on it either, to be fair. Not that I was looking out for it yesterday or anything like that, but I saw nothing.
From the Cardona side of his return, the announcement that he's going to be here with the company full-time, Jimmy, your thoughts?
Man, look, I was never the biggest Zack Ryder fan, put it that way. All right. At all. I couldn't stand all that shit back then. I will say this. He has killed it on the indie scene for the last, 6 years, 7 years, whatever it's been.
Has he, the king of indies? I mean,
I don't know if that's a good friggin' moniker or not, but you could say he probably is the king of the indies. He's made a lot of money in the independent circuit.
Has it elevated the indies? I mean, he hasn't done anything like Cody had done or anything like that.
No. He hasn't elevated the indies at all. Although people pay to watch him for whatever reason. So in that case,
I like Cardona. I think he's entertaining here.
But what are they going to do with him in WWE?
Well, I was going to ask you this, Hammer, man. It's great to see. I've seen so many smarks across the board out there. Shout out to my friends at the Squared Circle Expo, Ed Gonzalez. He had to go to social media because they had Cardona booked for their upcoming convention here in April. And immediately people are freaking out. Oh, is he going to be there? It's like, no, he's not going to be here. He just signed with WWE. And they're like, oh, man, that's stupid. He's going to be in mid-card hell. And it's laughable when these people laugh, about talent signing these blockbuster deals. They don't realize it's about the money. But so it's great. Hey, congratulations, man. He's getting there. He can go on the road with his wife, whatever that case might be. What do you think realistically the ceiling is or how they're going to use Cardona?
I think they're going to do Matt like this. They're going to leave it up to him because, first of all, they already know he knows how to get over. So whatever you throw at him, he's going to get. He's one of those guys that he's what I consider a true independent contractor in the business. He knows his own self-worth. And I was telling some guys, well, he by him being an independent contractor, so he has the power to do what he wants tax-wise, so he can pay his own taxes. So, and if he's going to be open, he has a contract where they're going to let him go out and do extra indie work, then
he's not.
Not okay. So
he's already canceling some things. As I said, he won't be able to appear at the Square Circle Expo. So he is locked in.
Well,
he is locked in.
I can see him. I can see them putting the title on Zach or giving him a good run.
You think he can get in a top spot? Really?
Yeah, I think he should. I think he can.
Not should. Do you think they would? And here, they're talking
depends. I think it depends.
Actually, real quick for you guys as well, maybe another element here. They're talking about in the chat, and it could just be smart heat. But it is ironic, I guess, that just yesterday that Matt Cardona won the Juggalo Championship Wrestling title, which, by the way, that Russo is booking. Kind of funny that one day later they would say, "Hey, we got him under contract now, and they're going to take away those outside bookings from him." Do you believe
they just did a rat job, literally? WWE.
What is Jimmy just called it? Do you think that's a rat job? Let's stick it to
absolutely a rat job.
And Vince Russo.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, why they put him champion? They make him champion, and WWE do these and sign him up? Come on. Sorry, Hammer. What were we gonna say?
Well, there's so many carnies out there, and with their "I'm gonna get you, sucker. I'm gonna get you back" type mentality. You know, even
WWE is petty too. We all know that. They've always been petty.
Yeah. So I think if I was the booker, I'll make him out. Well, hell, he's already had the title, a title or titles. So
he's done some mid card stuff.
Yeah, so he's championship material, man. I mean, he's a good guy that I would make a good baby face. I would have him be a face because him turning heel, I can see him being an arrogant heel. He has the look for it. He has a great body. So, but when he sells, man, every time when I watch him do it, I was like, man, it's like being in the ring with him back in OVW, you know? So, right. And
that'd be trippy.
It's when I watch him sell, and I can still see the timing when Matt likes to sell. He likes to build his stuff before he fires back on you. And if anybody's ever noticed that, that's what he does. He'll let you get your shit in on him, and then when it's his time, he's gonna come at you. So,
and see, that's what disappointed me too. With that match, did they really make him look strong? He beat Kit Wilson. Who the hell is really Kit Wilson?
Well, no,
right?
We don't need to come back in a re-debut like this, Jimmy, and go in there in like a banger. This is a put-over match.
Right, I agree.
It's a put-over match. The point of this was he's back. We've acknowledged that he's not Zack Ryder. We are going to give you Matt Cardona. That was the point of this thing. Now, overall, I think what's interesting, I think he needs to be with Chelsea. And I'm not just because couples need to be with couples. I think these two would be absolute gold as characters. And two individuals that understand it to the point where they can just get whatever you give them over. And they will be mid-card gold for you. Be a little interesting. We're going to talk about Chelsea here in a moment, but Chelsea sold a lot like a babyface in her match, and even how that thing finished there. I would have loved to see it. Ben and I have been talking about this for a long time. Bring in Cardona as like a background, a first lady character, if you will, to Chelsea, you know, the head of the United States and with the champion.
Yeah, we should have did that like a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago. Like Ben and I were talking for a while where we would have brought him in and had him play different, like patriotic like president roles. Like we were going to call him Abrahams Lincoln, you know, just where he's putting the oil on his abs. He's always looking good behind her.
It's wishful thinking, though. They're not going to do that. They're going to make him into a cuck if they put him with Chelsea, I think.
But, you know, I think they're moving something with Chelsea. On the other side of this match, he did take on it, Jimmy. You mentioned he goes over Kit Kat. One thing, as soon as I saw Kit come out here, I'm like throwing my hands up. That is the worst entrance music. He should never have a live microphone. He looks like crap. But I'm sitting there looking at this thing, and this is where we go back to that keyword earlier on when Hammer said vignettes. This toxic masculinity thing, Hammer, I think it could get over if they did proper vignettes and explained what it is and let him go out and interact, kind of with the public and show that he's kind of like this woke character. I think there is some legs there where this gimmick could have gotten over, but they've already ruined it out of the gate for him.
Which one is that?
Vignettes for the kid. What's his name? Jimmy Kit Williams? Kit
Kat. Kit
Williams,
yeah, whatever his last name was. Kit Wilson, sorry. You threw me off there, Rick.
Yeah, I think he should never have a live microphone. Scotty, $1.99, thank you, buddy.
Shit.
But
Scotty,
I think he could get over.
I begin boys at the gun.
We'll see. I think we'll have to see. Depends. I think it depends on who they put him with.
No, I think it's done. He's just going to be enhancement from this point, which is fine. But no more television entrances and no more mic time at all.
Look what Tina Cooper says. Kit Wilson could actually like Karen. Imagine he was more like a Karen type of character.
If they actually understood what toxic masculinity meant, and then they went out there and did vignettes with it, then they'd be fine with it. So we had Orton with the return. We had a return repackage of Zack Ryder to Matt Cardona. And now, apparently, we've got a transfer portal because we got NXT people just moving all over the place here. But whoop, that Trick. We got Trick Williams makes his SmackDown debut. He interrupts Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's out there talking about how he was watching John Cena after he spews a bunch of Arabic bullshit. He's talking about watching John Cena and his son saying, essentially his son asking, Dad, Papa, Dada, Baba, why are you a loser? It essentially is what his own son asked him. Why he hasn't won.
Habibi.
Why he hasn't won the big one and won the title. Trick Williams comes out here. He's got a polar bear jacket on. He's got the high heel boots. He's looking like a star, and he delivers the message that if he shows up, if he signs with SmackDown, he's taking over. Hammer, what'd you think of this debut here for Trick Williams?
I liked it. I like the shine. I'm happy for him. I really am. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see it happening. I know they're gonna put a cap on him, but they're not gonna like turn him, just let him run wild and just have his own way just yet. So they're gonna control him. So this should be a good year. Let him get some good heat. Because all right, with Trick, where are we going with Trick? Is he gonna be a baby or a heel?
Well, he's going heel because he's already, because they already told him, because he goes out there, shoves, gets into it with Sammy. Immediately,
yeah, I saw it. But I mean,
but even backstage, we do know next week in Berlin, it's going to be Sammy versus Ray Phoenix. So, and even Aldis said to him, "It's like, man, you're not making a lot of friends around here." So it looks like he's going to keep that ego, man.
Okay,
he's awesome, man. He's got that presence about him too.
I like him. As long as he does his main job is to get some heat. He needs to do the opposite of what Moose did not do.
Yeah.
Hey, so one of the things I like about Trick Williams is you don't see today. He's a good-looking young black athlete who's actually with a sister. You look at all them other man, the NBA man, they're all dating white chicks. They all got them snow buddies. At least
and they're divorcing fucking everyone too. Have you noticed that?
Trick's got himself a fine queen there in Lash. But Jimmy, what do you think about Trick's debut here, and more so in passing after the backstage segment there with Ray Phoenix? We cut immediately to a Carmelo Hayes. No interaction between those two.
Yeah, I found that interesting. It would have been good if there was a little bit of acknowledgement between the two. You know what I mean? But they didn't do that. But still, keep them away for now from each other anyway. Let them both shine.
What do you think on that, Hammer? I like cold-blooded there, but I think he's got a point there. But go ahead, Hammer.
What did cold-blooded say?
I say that Trick is definitely going to take that U.S. title from Hayes. I think I would have pulled the trigger and had those two interacted with each other. Some kind of thing. But I think what we're going to do, and maybe I'll give a hat tip credit to WWE Creative here. I think you're going to see Trick segments and then Carmelo segments and then Trick segments. They're going to just keep those teasers a little bit. And then at some point, because we saw Carmelo tell Dragunov, I'm gonna take care of Gargano, and then you know what, man, I will continue the open challenge.
I hate that.
At some point, Trick will answer that.
Yeah.
So I think Carmelo is just going to be a transition champion here, and I think
that's his role. That's his role.
And
that's his role.
Trick will take that U.S. championship, and maybe as Hammer's talking about a prime spot through 2026 is going to be in that mid card carrying that U.S. championship. Hammer.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. That'll be perfect for those guys, for him and Carmelo. If they don't rush that, because Carmelo's transition, and I can see that, and they already have the history back back from NXT. Okay, they already had 1,000 matches already, so you keep like Jimmy say, you keep them apart, and you can take. I mean, because Mania is what, 2 months.
Yeah.
So now once they come back from Saudi's way of booking, what's the next pay-per-view after Mania?
You got the Rumble, which is Saudi.
So yeah.
And then
this year, right? This year, right?
Yeah. Well, the Rumble was in Saudi this year, and then WrestleMania is in Vegas.
And then we got Elimination Chamber in between.
Okay. I think if they, I mean, you have to look at the issue. If there's Trick and Melo, what is their personal issue? If is there still a beef? If so, then we do the whole U.S. title thing. But see, the thing with Trick and Melo was when they first debuted, Melo was the man, Trick was the sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
So now that the sidekick stands on his own on his own legs.
Well, actually, the sidekick is the one with the ultra ego now. He's got the he's got the attitude problem, and Hayes is a little bit humbled.
Mm-hmm. So I think you get a lot out of that, with that. I can see that. So that's one of those two. Yeah, because then after Camilo is done with the run with the title, the guys have to think ahead. Because I know it's the new era. They live in the right now, the present, and we got to get it now. So you still want to book yourself a year out and still have stuff to do, because that'll get stale. With all the people they have on the roster, man, SmackDown should can out draw Raw. SmackDown can outdraw Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, so I mean, that is something to look forward to.
Would they let it happen?
No.
If they let it happen, yeah. If they let it happen, yeah. So, because they always say, we got the red brand and the blue brand. So they still have that. Okay, which one? Well, where do you put your stuff? What is your show doing? I mean, because we got 3 hours of SmackDown last night. So you mean to tell me, man, you guys could fill that show with some actual getting some things established?
Right. So one of those teasers to establish there. But Jimmy, talking about Carmelo Hayes, he is in action last night. He still has a little bit of beef. He's taking care of Ciampa's not here. By the way, a little note, Jimmy, I'll let you talk on this real quick. Looks like Ciampa's contract is coming to an end, and he might be making plans to already move on. But the match itself is that Carmelo Hayes goes over Ciampa's partner, DIY partner, in Johnny Gargano. Thoughts all around on that, Jimmy?
I mean, it was obvious that Melo was going to beat what's his name, Gargano. But I don't know if he's going to be a transitional champion, like you guys were saying, and drop it to Trick so quickly. Because if they decide to go that route that quick, it just, the dynamics are going to be weird. Because when they first broke up in NXT, Melo was the clear heel. You know what I mean? And Trick was the face. it'd be interesting how Mello would sort of how he would handle being the babyface in this situation, because I feel like he was a babyface and he was two different versions.
There's a little bit of that, Carmelo could tell him, hey, I've noticed you running around here, not making a lot of friends. I had that same attitude when I came up here, and I found out real quick that just because you were a big fish in NXT, this is a much bigger pond. Now you're a small fish in that big pond, and man, it took me a while, but I got here. I'm the U.S. champ. So, I mean, it could be that he was there first, right, Hammer? And saying, I had to learn. I was being a prick. I had that same attitude like you. And I wish I would have listened.
Yeah. That could be the story.
Now, let me ask you this, Hammer. This is what one of the things at the top of my notes I had about this match with Gargano and Carmelo Hayes. I think this thing goes off at about the middle of the show. So by now, I've already had supposedly 3 big pops in returns and debuts. We've had some, other developments. To just try to at halftime put in a straight wrestling match, it loses my interest. The reason, like back in the day, the cruiserweight division was so great in WCW is because it established wrestling at the front of the show before you got into all the theatrics and storytelling and all that. Dropping it here in the middle of this show is a huge disservice to these talents, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
brings them down.
Going early.
It's like on
these kinds of matches.
It's like you see my hands right here. Right? It's like on the card. The point of you being, the purpose of you being on the show is so you can look like a star like this. Then we put you guys on for whatever reason you got this match up here on the card, and they end up looking like so at the end of the match, because that match went on for like 5 hours.
Yeah, not like it.
Exactly. So, like, guys, I was saying to myself, why are you guys out? What are you guys doing? That's what I'm thinking. Like, why are you guys out here doing all this shit, man? You got this match is not. You're just getting your shit in. So that's why the emotion behind it was kind of flat. I know it's a U.S. title match, but that match should have been like a quick I put it on a comment last night when I saw it. I said, first thing, Magnum TA. This should be a Magnum TA type of thing with this U.S. title. Make this U.S. title special. Nobody has done that with a top title. I don't know if I can't say if they have done it, but I remember when I was a kid from '85. Teenage, kid. Like when Magnum would win those quick matches with the U.S. title, he was winning the quick matches without the title, but when he had won the title, in my head, it meant even more. I can look back on it now and say, I can see. Hell, that's why Magnum was up high in many ways, because of the quick match with the U.S. title. So I'm thinking, if you're a wrestling booker, why not make your U.S. title special? It's not going to hurt Carmelo to get a quick win. It ain't going to hurt nobody. It's not going to hurt a single solitary soul.
Nope.
It's just in my opinion.
He's a champ for the reason. To me, this match,
champ for a reason.
To me, this match should have opened. You establish wrestling out of that gate and let those guys go out there. I was even okay with the length, but where it was placed at, I was already like, let's go. You already kind of see me with those pops.
Yeah.
Jimmy, let's transition back to what did open. Let's talk about the women's divisions inside of the blue brand here. Our opening match, Jimmy, was the 8-women tag. You got the babies, Shar, Bliss, Io, and Ripley on one side, taking on the beautiful disasters there. Big Nia Jax always getting the Hammers motor running, Lash Legend, and of course teaming up with the Kabuki Warriors. This just a lot on display here for the top teams in the division. They're all vying for championship opportunities. We know next week in not Berlin, but on Raw, it's going to be Rhea and Io taking on the Kabuki Warriors for a title opportunity inside of this match. You know what? The more and more I watch her, she still annoys the living crap out of me. But Io's guy, pound for pound, is pretty damn good in that ring.
Oh, absolutely.
One of the best. I really love her, but man, when she ate that springboard boot from Lash, that should have been. I mean, that's like Godzilla kicking over buildings and the building just standing back up. I mean, how the hell did you get out of that thing?
1, 2, 3. Well, that you know what you say that? Then that's one of the problems with the new talent, new guys. They don't. If they would just understand, if y'all could just understand, when you do a big move like that, that should be a 1, 2, freaking 3. Not no kick out, nothing else. Nothing else. It should be uno, dos, tres.
Get that big ass boot up, and the velocity in which she.
Yeah. So, in your head as a current talent, if you understood that and knew to do it, you would, man, look, if all these if all the new school would just get that, like on the independents, I'm glad you brought it up earlier, if they would just get that. But that's just but that's the same time as what's the guy who passed away, Brody, when he kept them at the clothesline one time years ago. I was like, that should have been 1, 2, 3. Nope, he had to kick out. No, like, so yeah, but if they would just get that and do it.
Yeah. That's the
it would make it again, because the people in the ring are the magicians. That's what I would tell these people. If I could ever get my hands on any of these people, I promise to God, if I ever get a chance to practice talking to them with it, showing them stuff, if you could just know to do that and do it, you man.
They don't understand psychology as much these days. A lot of the new batch of wrestlers.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They're not being taught that. It's like the king of the arts asking over there, why care about EO? That's a disservice from creative. There is no reason, because the moveset's not going to get over. She is good at what she does, but there's a disconnect because we don't have that character connection. Jimmy, your thoughts on this? Because I've been screaming each and every show I do, especially with you. Guess who eats the pin? Poor Kerry Sane. Hey, Jimmy, we got Wrestle King coming up. You know more about the Asian persuasion. Is there a chance that they replace Kerry Sane in the Kabuki Warriors? She hasn't done anything.
They're teasing it, aren't they? When you think about it, right? She's always crying. She's scared of Asuka.
If I'm Asuka, at some point, I'm getting tired of her losing for me.
There's that, and also her crying all the time when she's freaking close to her. Have you noticed that she's always crying? She's still
unless they're walking into an arena, because they're hugging and laughing, giggling.
But once the bell rings, suddenly she's like, yeah. And you know what's bad though? Kairi Sane, it was a killer away from WWE, man. Seriously, if you watched her stuff, I felt like if you watched her stuff away from WWE when she first left, she was portrayed so good in New Japan, man, and in Stardom.
Yes, sir.
No, really, she was.
Hammer, let me ask you this. Hammer. I mean, there's a lot of talent in this women's tag division. And I love these pairings, something to actually be excited about inside WWE, especially their women's division. But it seems that since they took the belts and put them on what should have been the sneaky bastard heels, the Kabuki Warriors Championship run is hurting this division because they look so weak. They're constantly losing matches, getting pinned. Now, I'm okay if they lose, but, throw the match out, DQs, no contests, where they're escaping. They're getting beat up by everybody.
Everybody, yeah. You're getting taking straight up L's, losing So I think they do that. Well, they don't take them serious as a threat, Although they're the Kabuki Warriors for a reason. So to me, if you're a warrior, I don't know why you would be a giggly Kabuki warrior.
Right.
You would be a badass Asian chick that'll cut your freaking head off. You know what I'm saying?
An assassin.
An assassin. There you go.
Yeah.
Female bad. Let me tell you, bump all that. I know it's her heritage, but bump all the other makeup. I shouldn't say it like that. Take the face paint off. Put the regular makeup on, and be some badass Asian bitches that are some assassins. Hee hee ha ha nah. They come get you. Right? That right there. That would eliminate all the huggy and giggly with the female Asian division. because when you come from Japan, man, it's like you watch Oscar stuff. I like watching her NXT stuff, man. All that shit was tight.
It was.
Everything
Even
was
in
tight.
Japan
Twist.
too. Absolutely.
Yes. That's why I know. So when I was in Japan, I got it. So that's how I know when I say the difference between Japan and the Puerto Rico, certain areas. Okay, now you see what they're talking about. So you see how you can work even stronger to make the same amount, man, even more money with it. Shit, man. Wow. But that's what they do. Nice. So when it comes to no offense, but when they come to work for the E, you be up here when you come from Japan. And then by the time you get to the E.
Right, exactly. And they start you off up here. In a sense, and then they just drops.
Well, you know what? One of them, listen. Yeah, I mean, listen, but when it comes to like the races, you got beautiful blonde white chicks. Okay. They can be assassins. Why not have some beautiful badass Asian chicks that's some assassins? Why do they have to be goofy and giggly and giggly? Why be goofy and giggly all the time? Touchy feely. No, that's you know, I mean, I get it, that's the thing, but you know, but they're supposed to be the Kabuki warriors. That shit's supposed to be special.
I give some of that ninja shit or something like that. You know, an assassin.
If you Kabuki,
right?
If you're doing in homage to Kabuki, you know, if you're a Kabuki warrior, yo, you serious? You legit. Fact. You're not the group. You know, so that's what I think. RBV.
Let's talk. We'll stay on the topic of transitioning from Japan because our other big women's moment here. I think they were just looking for a pop moment that completely fell flat, and that is Julia in person boots steal the United States Championship from Chelsea Green. Before we get into this match, some of the decisions I do want to put over. Thank God again for the not just national but global treasure that is Chelsea Green. The segment before this match where she interrupts Jordan Grace and Nick Aldis backstage was absolute brilliance. Chelsea, just a couple of those lines. She's in distress because of seeing the finale of Stranger Things. And then Nick asking her, why don't you be a fighting champion? And she's like, I am fighting every day on the social media. You know, her so good at her deliveries and everything that she does. This has been kind of a confusing, you know, it's a heel versus heel feud. We're getting this payoff match here, back and forth match, but it comes down to, again, as I kind of alluded towards earlier, Chelsea showing some baby tendencies where she has that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 count seemingly, but big person boots sitting up on the apron with the distraction allows Julia to recapture the United States Championship. Looked like WWE might have just went with this move hoping for a big pop. Guess what? Crickets. Someone get our sponsor, the phone company, Cricket, because that's what you got. Crickets from Julia winning this thing. Look at her, but don't make a sound, apparently, is what the motto is now. We're back to square one. This is going to be another failure for Julia. There's still no connection and no reason to care. Now you just lowered the championship.
To be fair, though, Rick, WWE haven't done her really any favors either. They haven't done any vignettes. They haven't really introduced her properly, even though she's been there for a year now.
Back to square. When they thought they were going to get her over by putting the belt on her, and that failed. Now we're just restarting that hammer.
Which is I don't understand either. Sorry, Hammer, just before you jump in. I don't know. Why do they give her the belt back if they're not going to really do anything with her? Or are they? Are they going to actually try something for once? We'll see. I don't give them the benefit of the doubt.
Hold on. Before Hammer jumps on it, let me ask you this, though, Jimmy. Obviously, do you think her reactions might be a little bit better as they're heading towards the European tour? Because they're a little more in tune with the Japanese wrestling.
Are the German fans really in tune?
Well, they're going through Europe. They're going through Europe right now. I mean, it's just not next week in Berlin. Right. It's going to be everywhere towards the desert.
Are they? They're doing a whole European tour again, are they?
Yeah, they got a whole. They're doing a whole loop. They're doing a whole loop up to the Rumble.
Well, then in that case, obviously in the UK, I'm pretty sure they'll be clued on with her, and I think she will get a pop.
At least more so than here.
Oh, 100%. It's weird because it feels like no one really knows her in the US.
Hammer is, where's the disconnect? Why does no one, Julia, obviously has a resume, good in the ring. Why does no one care?
Because nobody gets her. Nobody gets her. I mean, if you say that she's an Asian, well, she is, but if you didn't know, if you didn't know, then when you see her, she looks like she dresses like she dresses like Shawn Michaels used to dress in a little bit in a roundabout way. I get that kind of vibe from her, like coming off like
she dresses like a buffalo hunter. She got all them like
yeah,
skins and
so
shit all over. And
somebody, so you so are you? I don't get her. Like, are you representing the fact that you're Asian, or
there it is. I mean, people know how to get.
I don't know where to go with her.
I know that knows all, you know, the background, and everybody loves her and all this. But guess what? It hasn't translated.
No,
Rosetta
I don't.
Stone. No translation.
You know, she can go. Her shit was tight in Japan, of course, but I don't know whatever this person, whoever she is now. I don't know. With crickets.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, it went totally flat there. I know Vet wants to talk about this defend Julia, but I got 2 segments to do to get us out of here, man. So I apologize, Vet. But yeah, we'll see where they go there. If she gets popped, travesty that we have done this to Chelsea, but she doesn't need that belt. The belt needs her. Still looking forward to see what Chelsea Green's got. One of the 2 big segments here on this show. One, we are going to get the stipulations for next week's big showdown. The 3 stages of hell. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes. Cody's out in the ring. What do you want to talk about? Well, Drew's in the back. He's right there at Cody's bus. He was waiting for Cody. He wanted to have a private conversation. He went in, let himself in, kicked his feet up, used the bathroom, went through some personal items, found that framed photo of Cody and Dustin there. He smashes it to pieces. Lets us know though. He goes out to the ring. Cody's on the mission. He's going after him. He wants a piece of him. Ends up in the ring. They burn the picture, but through it all, we learn. Correct me if I'm wrong here on these, Jimmy. We learned stage 1 isn't going to be hour 1 because that was hard enough to survive. Stage 1 is going to be a traditional wrestling match. Drew's going to prove that he's the better wrestler. Stage 2. It's going to be an anywhere, anything goes, falls count anywhere, brawl throughout Berlin matchup. And if Cody can survive that, we're going to get locked inside of a steel cage. Nobody in, nobody out, because I don't know, does Drew ever fucking watch a cage match in the last 50 years? I mean, no one ever gets in or out of those, right? So we're going to have the cage match. We're going to have a straight match of anywhere, anything goes, and then a cage match next week. Jimmy, I'll let you fire off on the all-around segment, the stipulations. How you feeling about it?
Look, I don't want to piss on the segment. It was actually pretty good. The segment was good, right? I'm just sick of Cody and his drama and his dramatic way of doing things, if that makes any sense. He just comes across as just a bit of a cornball. But I liked what Drew did. Drew was the star of this segment completely, with the photo and then breaking it and then burning it. I mean, that was great stuff. On top of that, if anyone didn't even see that, after SmackDown, just before even, he posted on social media of him pissing on Cody Rhodes' bus. Literally pissing on it, which was magnificent.
Like on it or like inside
on
of
it,
or both?
No, on it. Like he was on the outside and just started pissing on the actual bus, which was again gold because he knows what he's doing, man. This guy really does work, and when I say work, he works his butt off with everything that he does, man. I don't see anyone else do what Drew does away from television. You know what I mean? He really gets into it.
Back in 2001, I was pissing on my tire. I was outside of a bar and I just got there and I had to piss real bad. Right. Fucking cop saw me and I got a ticket for public indecency.
What? For pissing on your own car?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Hammer, what did you think about the segment, this build here, and these stages? Do you like the match options?
Yeah, I like it, man. I like Drew is like Jimmy said, he works outside of the ring as a good heel, just like Becky Lynch is doing with social media. So I think Drew and Becky, I like them both for doing that. Yeah.
No one else is doing it really, right?
No one else is doing it. Yeah. So
which doesn't make sense. No one gives a shit about their own craft now. Everyone's too comfortable, it seems.
Hammer, do you think the stipulations? Do you like the layout of them? The only one to me is that third one seems a little lackluster. It's just a cage match.
Well,
I know it's tradition, and I know it has that classic feel to it.
It always has a cage match in these, 3 stages of hell.
Well, if they just go ahead and just stop, okay, are you going to stay inside of the cage, or are we going to try to climb on top of the cage, or what are we going to do with this thing here with the cage?
They can still get in the cage, right? So who's keeping who out?
Yeah. So is it, hopefully, well, it'll be a classic where it's just okay. We lock the door, old school. We lock the cage door. Boom. We're not going to be fooling with the cage, climbing in it.
Well, he did say one can leave, so they are going to do the WWE rule, because a lot of people don't know that a cage match, as you said, Hammer, was supposed to be it ends inside that cage, no one gets in. It was WWE that created the escape rule for the drama aspect of it.
Yeah, we didn't do that shit in Puerto Rico. Now, Carlos, and we didn't have a top on the top, so we kept that shit like that's how Carlos. That's how I really learned it. So you really put the. I know they're gonna do what they're gonna do, but I'm thinking, well, okay, so either the finish is gonna be in the middle of the ring or on top of the ring or somewhere, who knows, hanging on to the ring or something crazy.
Jimmy, do you think since we got the 3 stages of hell, should we have kind of added to the magnitude of the cage with a Hell in a Cell?
Well, wouldn't that be the logical thing to do, really, right? It should have been a Hell in a Cell, like they did originally. Wasn't the very first one the last match of the stages?
You think it was Cold? I would be completely offensive and just piss everybody off and had the third level, the third phase, since we're in Germany, be an Inferno match.
Oh my God.
We're gonna light people.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You think maybe the Hell in a Cell would have hit there. That's going to be our big match next week. But we did have our main event this week. It was the ambulance match. Again, we had a mention of it at the beginning. Oh, here's the other thing I really like. When they kind of give this away, when Cody's coming back into the arena to go after Drew, who has the garbage can, was going to light the picture on fire, they catch a big glimpse of the ambulance. So we've already exposed that when they were trying to do the dramatic entrance for the ambulance before the match, that the ambulance is sitting right there. Because I remember, I was like, was that there the entire time? But
it probably was, and we just didn't even notice. You know what I mean?
Because they probably didn't want to show it, because because they were trying to show it back in before the match. They had that dramatic feel I was talking about that they should have done earlier.
Right.
But we do have. This has been a long going feud here. You got to assume this is a payoff match, the blow off for this program here between Priest and Black before we head into the Rumble here. Ambulance match, put your opponent in the back, close the door to get the win. These two have been going at it. We've had fireballs, every foreign object, just, blind sides, mixed tags, all of that. The match itself, I'd say 75% of the thing kind of law, maybe like 85 before it really picks up. Maybe the first big pop in this thing's when we get the surprise of Rhea Ripley, that she's in the back of the ambulance that comes for the save after Vega's going to get involved. They do turn up the violence there at the end. Black eating that big slam there off the top of it through some of the equipment. Priest picking up the win. Jimmy, I'll let you go on this one. His hammer takes a hit. Takes a hit over there. Jimmy, your thoughts on our main event for last night?
Well, you know what, guys? I mean, is it just me, or did this match bore you guys? Because it bore the hell out of me. Straight up, I just couldn't take the match seriously for whatever reason. Not just that.
Was any of it the amount of time because the extended show to get there?
Yeah, I mean, possibly, but the thing is, they've been feuding they were saying for 6 months. Was it? Is that what they were saying? Right, 6 months.
Something around that, yeah.
I never noticed, really. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I did notice. Don't get me wrong. But what do they really do to lead to a friggin' match like this? Really?
Nothing.
Throwing fireballs at each other. I mean, they have been battling. He burned his face.
I mean, come on, man. Fireballs. Next we're gonna get fucking Next we're gonna get Cyclops and fucking laser beams coming out of their eyes. That's what else the Black is probably gonna fucking do next time, man. It's too stupid. The whole thing is just dumb. But I mean, am I wrong? It's fucking shitty shit. It's just straight up shit. It just I can't, man. You can't. If this is gonna be a freaking ambulance, man, it's gotta be a legit feud, man. It feels like cartoon bullshit. This shit. Straight up.
That's what you get with Tamu, Cross, and Scarlet. Hammer when you can put it together there.
He's posed at the end as well with Team. I thought of you straight away, Rick. When he's doing the Undertaker pose, right? I straight away thought of Team fucking Undertaker, man. You know what I mean? I thought of you, but you're right. And they're making him out to be Team freaking Undertaker, man. You know what I mean? And where to now with Black? Where do you go with Black after all that?
I mean, you had a winner and loser here. I mean, what does he need anywhere to go? Do we want more of him? Do we want that?
Get him the fuck off television at this point. I couldn't care less. Put it that way. I swear to God. Yeah, I probably will be. Zane. I'll probably be banned.
Hammer, share some of this insight into this ambulance match. You talked about before about the great history of it, how they missed on that, and then some of the spots inside of this thing. But what'd you take home from it?
Well, dude, man, it's like all right. Well, Jimmy got a point, bro. How long have they been doing this? I know it's the ambulance man, but this shit here, man. Dude, man. What are you supposed to? How are you supposed to take Rhea Ripley now? You know?
Oh, that was just.
I mean, look, come on, man. She was a star, though. She don't went from here to here, man. You know, I mean, what the fuck is this, man? I mean, how am I supposed to get into there? I mean, I'm sure they're nice people. I know what I'm saying. I just don't get it.
It's nothing personal on my end. I'm just saying it's not their fault.
Just trying. It's like but people just running around with leather on and just flopping around.
You know, the Blue Oyster Club, is that what they call it?
Blue Oyster Club, you know what I'm saying? This shit look metrosexual to me.
It is the blue
so I don't know how to take that. Like, so you legit look at it, and I'm not knocking it. I'm like, I don't know if y'all look shit look
metrosexual, Hammer. That's what they
metrosexual,
look
man. Extremely metrosexual. So I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You know? So like, and y'all like Jimmy wasn't lying, man. I've been going at this for 6 months. Like, I mean, come on, man. And it's like, how are they going to look at Mania this year at the Hall of Fame? You know, how are they going to look with the gimmick? How are they going to work? Because when I was in Hall of Fame with Mania, and when we went to the Hall of Fame, and everybody was, you know, dressed. We all were dressed nice. So I'm like, how are they going to present themselves? Are they going to be like dressed with the leather and shit? I'm like, you know what I mean? Well, this Mania, you know. But yeah, but I don't know what else to do with them, man. I mean, really, dude. I get the Blue Oyster Club feel. I do.
Well, gentlemen, that brings us to the conclusion. Wraps up this week's SmackDown. Welcome back to the 3-hour era of Friday Night SmackDown, gentlemen. Hey, we made it through it though. We had a good time. We're talking about it.
Oh God.
Jimmy, why don't you turn the attention towards getting us out of here, man? So, hey, is that breakfast out or is you to eat it?
No, it's still in the oven.
Grab that skillet real quick. People want to take a look at it.
Oh yeah, people were complaining. Everyone wanted to see it.
Everybody wants to see the finished product. I was trying to hurry it up so that bad boy wouldn't burn in there.
Yeah, I know. I almost feel guilty that he didn't eat it. You know what I mean? Like right after he cooked it, like straight up. Here he comes. Here he goes.
We got that sneak peek.
Oh shit! Now that looks good, bro.
That's the hashtag RBV Eats Out for you right there, baby.
You guys can see it.
Pasta there, Hammer.
That's scrambled eggs with cheese.
Oh, I think you eat it. Oh, so that's all scrambled eggs with cheese and bacon.
No, I didn't cook any bacon. There's just scrambled egg, cheese, and sausage. And I took some leftover beans from leftover beans spread over top, leftover from New Year's night.
Oh, nice, man. Beans, you know what beans do, bro? Beans can make you fucking, beans will make you fart. That one.
Yeah, so they're good for you.
Jimmy T, you will be scrambled eggs, bacon, and beans when I am through with you, because I am New Japan ace #1. Sushi, Tachakuchi. Jimmy T, I will see you inside Dome of Tokyo at Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom.
I'm looking forward to it, actually. And
when is that?
Tomorrow it's on. If you want to join us,
of January.
Actually, Hammer, you can. Yeah. It's on tomorrow, but we're gonna review it on Monday after the Monday locker room. I'll talk to you off the air about it anyway.
Okay.
Monday locker room with Ben Hamid and Honorable and Hung RBV at noon, high noon Monday. Then review
Monday locker room
with me, #1 ace. New Japan, inside Dome of Tokyo, take on Jimmy T, Salami Tsunami, Wrestle Kingdom.
In saying that, I am Jimmy T, he is Ricky Lee, and that is the Hammer, Charles Evans.
Hammer.
And you've been listening and watching the Smack Attack live on Hammy Media Group's YouTube channel. And like Ricky Lee just said, look out for the Wrestle Kingdom review show after the Monday locker room on Monday. Till then, Happy New Year, peace out, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.
See you.